Check out this scale on top. Do you think it's a balanced scale? No, right? One side is what? Heavier than the other. So we can say they're equal. So we talk about inequalities, okay? Left side is greater than the right side or the opposite. So today we're going to write inequalities. We're going to write it from words to symbols and vice versa. And we will represent it the real world situation. All right, get ready? Here we go. Now, before anything else, let's distinguish what is an equation and inequalities. Now, have you seen this symbol? Definitely you did. And now, see how different these symbols are? Okay, because they're not equal to each other, it's not exactly like this, right? One is heavier than the other. Okay, now let's review first. We will name those symbols later. Let's review how to solve equations. Remember, you take away 4 here, take away 4 there. That cancels out 5x is equal to 30 divided by 5 divided by 5. X is equal to 6. We all know that there is only one solution that will make, if you plug in 6 over here, that will make it a true statement, right? Only 6. But guess what? In inequalities, it's more than one solution. Because at the end, your x would be greater than 6. What are the numbers greater than 6? It could be 7, 8, 9, 10, dot, dot, dot. There could be a lot. So these are the solutions. At the end, your answer here, x would be greater than or equal to 6. Greater than or equal, that includes 6, 7, 8, 9, dot, 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 continuously till the end, right? Look at this. At the end, you'll get x is less than 34. What are the numbers less than 34? You can get what? 33, 32, 31, dot, 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 until it goes down, right? What are the numbers? X is less than or equal to 34. You could begin with 34, going down 33, 32, dot, 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 until you get a lesser number. So there are infinite number of solutions here, right? Depending on what symbol you get. So that's the difference. One solution here, but for inequalities, it is more than one. Now, of course, before we translate one from the other, we will review all the words that mean addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Remember all of this? Take a screenshot. If you're not sure with the words, you would know percent will involve division. What else? Less than would involve subtraction. The word combined will mean addition. Increase by, all right, twice will mean multiplication. Okay, so remember all these words. Now, this is the most important thing, the symbols and what it means. Okay, for example, your age is less than 19. How will you write that? Always write the variable on the left. Variable, variable on this side, on the left side. It could be on the right side, but we prefer it to be on the left side. And then the symbol here, the symbol. Okay, so look at this. A is less than 19. That's the regular way. But other words you could use, under, below, fewer than, beneath, right? They all mean the same. But let's say if your height is greater than 52 inches, look at this. It's bigger on the H. That means it is greater than. Okay, so you could also use the word above, over, exceeds, more than. Okay, now the new symbols that probably you haven't seen before is this one. Less than or equal to. For example, S is less than or equal to. There's an extra line under the less than symbol, meaning it includes 62. 62 and down. 62 and down. So, but guess what? These words could be confusing. The word at most, because the most number is 62, so you need the lesser one. The maximum is 62, so you need the lesser one. No more than 62, so you need the lesser than. So take note of at most, maximum, more than. You might think it's the greater than, right? No, it's the opposite. it is less than or equal. Very important words. Now, next, there are greater than or equal to 42 stink bugs. All right, so greater than, again, greater than symbol plus the equal sign, 42. It includes 42 and above, the numbers greater than that. So take note of these words, at least. Oh, you might think least, less than. No, at least means greater than or equal to. Minimum, you might think minimum is small. No, the smallest is 42. So you need the higher numbers, okay? No less than. It cannot be lesser than that. So it could be 42 and above. All right. So remember these very important vocabularies that might be confusing for you and what it means. Oh, by the way, whenever you budget money, the expenses should always be less than. When they talk about money and you cannot spend all of it, you need to budget it. It's always less than or equal. You can spend the money or less than that money. Okay, remember this vocabulary is very important. Okay, so after knowing the vocabulary, we can now translate in words. Okay, so you just do it step by step. All right, you could start with this 78, 78 fourths. What can you use for a minus? Less, right? Less. And do you know the value of B? A number. Less a number. How do you call this symbol? Is. Always include the word is. Greater than. Greater than 92. 92. So now we have words, right? Okay, let's try another one. Okay, do we know the number? No. So we could say a number. A number. Other name for plus? Yes, increased by what number? 4.5. Let's just write the number there. Okay, another name for less than or equal. I don't want to use less than or equal. Another name for less than or equal is at most. At most 9.75. Okay? Less than or equal is at most. Go back to your vocabulary if you're not sure. Now let's do the opposite. We have the words. Let's make it symbols. 7/2. Oh, that's easy. 7/2 of means times a number x is less than. Okay, symbol less than 85. 85. Easy, right? But if you multiply a variable, you can just write 7/2 x is less than 85. You don't need to write the symbol in between. Okay, next. The heights of the basketball players, we don't know. The heights of the basketball players are at least, is it less than? It's the opposite. Is at least greater than or equal to 7 feet, right? It can be 7 feet or above. The least height the player could be is 7. The smallest player is 7. So you include 7 and all the heights going up. Easy? All right, good. Now, you should be able to solve also or translate word problems to inequalities. For example, let's read this problem. The owners of a yogurt stand charge $2.50 per cup of yogurt, but they pay $24.95 per day to rent the space on their stand. They want their daily profit to be greater than 650. All right. So in words, let's write it down. Okay. So first, let's write it down. So $2.50 times, you could write times what? The number of cups. That's the profit you're gonna make, right? If you sell a certain number of cups, multiply it by $2.50. But guess what? You still need to pay something. Is that a profit if you remove the money? No, if you remove the money, it is a minus. Okay, minus. You'll have to pay rent for 24.95 rent. But guess what? You need to earn something. So this money, take away the expenses, should be greater than 650. All right? So let's write it down. So 250 times the number of cups, that's the profit you're going to get. Take away the expenses of 24.95 paying for the rent, okay? Rent. And that amount should be what? Greater than 650. There you go. Correct symbol and correct numbers. Now let's try this ingenuity problem. The difference of negative 3.2 and the sum of a number and 19.1. So the sum of a number and 19.1. You see that? You see that? They were added, they were added, they were added. So you got that correct. Is at most. Ooh, think of your vocabulary again. You can go back. What is at most? Oh, most like means big. Maybe it's greater than or equal. No, it's the opposite. At most is the highest is this. So what can you do? It cannot be higher than that. It should be less than, but can it be 14.2? Yes, less than or equal. So less than or equal, less than or equal, not greater, not greater. So it's either this or that. Let's see. Negative 3.2, the difference. So that shows difference, that shows difference. But the only thing that makes this correct is that, should I subtract first? Should I subtract first or add first? The parentheses, the sum, this one's very important. You need to add first. That's why including the parentheses makes it correct. So that's number one. Let's try this. Rico represents his inequality. Ooh, very complicated inequality. With the sentence. Okay, let's see. The product, okay, we see the multiplication of negative 3 and the quotient. I could see division here, division there. Of 8 and the difference of a number and 5. There, that's the difference of a number and 5. Quotient means divide. Okay. Is at least negative 16. Negative 16 is there. But let's look at the symbol at least. Okay. So, because it's saying there's an error. What is the meaning of at least? Is that less? No. At least, that's the smallest number. So, what do you need? The bigger number. So, it should be greater than or equal. So, let's see. That was the error. So, let's read this one. The expression is translated incorrectly. Yes, there are incorrectly. Is it about the order? No. Is it about the word at least? Yes, it's about at least. And what is the symbol of at least? It should be at least should be represented as less than or equal to. No, it should be greater than or equal to. There you go. So this is the correct answer. Next, Alexandria ate at most. Here we go again. At most. At most, people might think most means big. So this should be bigger than the number there. No. At most is the reverse. So that's the most. It should be least or equal to. Less or equal to. So let's look at the symbols now. See, even before we read the problem. Okay. 250 calories, more than twice the number. Okay. Of her infant sister 8, Alexandria ate 1800 calories. So 1800 calories was there, but it has to be what? At most. So 1800 was there, 18100 was there, 1800 was there. So that's the most you can get. So where do I put 1800? 1800 is over here. And this number should have 250 more than twice the missing number I. Okay? So is it right? Because you know what? This one's the same. I could write 250 plus 2I. Look at the symbols. I also reverse the symbols. And then 1,800 is there. They are the same. Okay? So which is the correct answer? Here we go. Okay, got it? All right, let's try this last problem. Okay, let's read it first. Four friends share the profit of a lawn care service equally. So they share it. Whatever profit they get, let's split it into four. The friends charge 45 per lawn. Okay, we earn this money, the money we earn. But they spend 30 for their total earnings on gasoline for the lawn mowers each week. Okay, which inequality can be used to find the number of lawns they need to mow next week. Okay, we want to solve for that M so that each person, not just all of them, but each person earns at least $275. Okay, let's analyze the problem. Okay, let's start with this one. This is the most obvious one. At least $275 is at least, meaning that's the smallest amount that they could earn. So what amount should they earn? Higher, right? So it should be greater than or equal to 275. In our vocabulary, at least means greater than or equal. So what are they earning? Oh, you can already see this could be the answer. This could be the answer. Not you, not you. All right. So what do we know about the earnings? They earn $45 per lawn. So 45 per lawn. But do they need to pay something? Yeah, because profit would be taking away first all the expenses. They have to pay, so take away $30 for gasoline. All right. So what else? So this is the profit for the certain number of lawns. But guess what? They need to split it into four because each one will get a share. So divided by 4. So obviously, this is the correct answer. All right, so we got it now. That's all about inequalities. We'll have more lessons about solving inequalities in the next lessons to come. So remember, results is equal to action plus motivation. Good luck.